well, like, do you guys have a room or something? And I was just like, no, we don't do that here.
What is your biggest work ick?
I have so many of these.
I don't have a big enough whiteboard.
He's like sliding me chips, so he's like number 2, number 6. He's like number 11. He's like your number, like my phone number. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. I have the headphones on.
Welcome back to Changing 100. I'm Tori.
Hey, I'm Krystal.
Look at us. Look at us killing the intro. Wow. Okay, we are party pit dealers in Las Vegas, and this is a show where we talk about all the crazies and gambling. Okay, that's it. That's all we got for you.
We talk about all the crazy
And gambling.
people, our lives.
People, lives. What's it like being in a casino, our casino specifically, other casino stories, anything that happens in Vegas. This is your spot for it. So, today on What the Fucks.
You want to
I
go?
really feel like I have quite a few, but I'm gonna. Do you want to go first?
I'll start.
Okay, you start.
I have one. It's so fresh in my memory. Okay. I had these freshly 21-year-olds. I think there was only 3 of them. I can't remember if there was another one. Sorry for that guy if I can't remember him. But so they were playing whatever. They're very young. They're doing like the $15. Oh my God, I lost $15. So very fresh like new gamblers.
Yeah.
They leave my table at one point. They come back and they're just lingering. So I'm awkwardly like kind of smiling like, okay, are you guys going to play? And they go, so how much? And I went, for what? They're like,
Because I've been playing.
right? I'm like, you guys were just here. It's $15 minimum.
Right. Okay.
Well, what if we like one of you guys? And I went, what do you mean? I will know what they mean at this point, right? But I'm just like, what do you mean? Well, like, do you guys have a room or something? And I was just like, no, we don't do that here.
I would have been like, where are you from?
Right.
Because clearly it's not that type of establishment.
Wow.
To me, clearly, that's why I would have been like, what little hillbilly town of 500 people are you from?
And then he's like, so you guys just like dance on the box and that's it? And I was just like, and we deal.
Right.
But that's it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Right? I was
That's
just like,
wild.
oh.
Yeah, no. Were they boys?
Yeah,
I want to know
they were
like what they
boys.
look like.
They were boys.
They were boys.
Babies.
They were little. That's crazy.
That was, yeah, very awkward.
The second he was like, how much? I was like,
I really went through my head. I was like, it's $15. We were just playing.
no,
For like a second. I was just like,
my first thought would have been like, too much for you, bro. I would have been like, too expensive for you. I'll tell you that if you're mad about losing $15 in a hand. That's ew. No,
Yeah.
thanks. But that's so crazy to me though, because it's not.
like, where do you think you are?
Because in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, if you go into an establishment like that, girls are lined up. Some of them, like you walk in and girls are in a room where they're lined up or something. So did they think that was like us dealing at the games at the tables was like our lineup?
I'm guessing.
Because me in my head, I'm thinking like, you see me busting my ass in roulette. Like, you think that's sexy?
Right,
Like,
you're
I'm
all
like
putting your hair
mucking, pushing, mucking, spinning, mucking, pushing, mucking, spinning. Like, that's not cute.
And then one's on display on the box every
Right, okay,
20
the
minutes.
box. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. What did they say when you said that's no, we don't do that here?
They were very embarrassed and they're like, oh, okay. And they kind of played it off, but they were like
In and
gone.
out, yeah, okay.
Gone, never to be seen again.
Good goodness. Okay. Not good. Okay, so I have one. And so I was in roulette and this chick, I've seen her there before.
Mm-hmm.
So she like comes in, she plays like table minimum, whatever. She's not tipping. She's been there for hours. She's taken up space at my table. And she's just kind of like, I don't know. There's just something weird about her that I just wasn't fond of.
Is she an older person?
No, she's younger.
So How old is she?
She's younger. She's a little bit younger. I would say she's not older than 30. Like,
Okay.
she's definitely younger, but I've seen her there a couple of times. So she's playing. It's the end of the night. Like, I've just had a rough night. Like, nobody's tipping. I can't make any money. So I'm like just trying to kill her. I'm trying to get everyone off my table at that point. So I get her all the way down. She buys back in. I'm like, fuck, that's the worst.
God, yeah.
It's the worst when you kill somebody and then they buy back in. She buys back in. She gets all the way down. And then she hits like, she's playing like the third. So she hits like one or two of those. And then she hits a big, like, not a big, but like a four chip straight up. So she's getting $140. So I push her 140 chips. And mid push, she's like, can I color up? So I give her 2 greens and I give her 90 chips. So I'm like, yeah. So I just bring it back and I take like her bet off because I know I'm not getting that. So I take her bet off. I throw her 2 greens. She gives me the rest of her chips because I'm not going to color up I'm just going to give you those 2 greens. I'm not going to do the math on that right now. So I give her 2 green chips back. I'm coloring her up. She like takes the chips, looks at them, looks at me, looks at the chips, looks at me, and walks away. And I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she's, I don't know. Like people, you know, people like go to the trash can or something, come back, they'll go ask for a cigarette, they'll come back real quick, like when you're doing something for them. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I color her up. It's like $260 plus her $50 that I gave her. And I look up and she's gone. Like she completely walked away. And I look at this couple that have also been playing with me all night that I've also not been tipping. And I'm like, did she just walk away? And they were like, oh, I guess. And I'm like looking and I was like, oh my God, she's all the way down at the end of the casino. So I'm like, you just left all this money. Oh, here's what pissed me off. Here's what pissed me off was because I was paying her something and I double checked it. And I was like, no, that's right. And she was like, yeah, well, it better be right. You better make sure it's right. Ooh. And I look at her and I'm like, excuse me? Right. I was like, whoa. Yeah. That unnecessary interaction, right? Just aggressive. So then when I go to push it to her, she's like, can I just color up? And so she walked away, left $260 on the table. I look up, she's all the way down the other side of the casino. The guy's like, should I go get her? And I was like, it's up to you.
But I'm not going to tell you yes.
He runs down to try and find her, can't find her.
Oh.
So she just got up and walked away. And I was like, that's what you get for being rude.
Yeah.
And I think she knew because I've seen her there before. And the fact that I threw her 2 green chips, but I'm bringing in the rest of her chips.
She should
know. I know she knows to wait, and that's not just $50 that she made. But I was like, yeah, but I was like, that's kind of, I don't feel bad for you because you just randomly were like so aggressive and rude. So I was just like, because I was trying to kill everyone at my table, but I also I was just quiet. I wasn't being rude. I wasn't doing anything. I was just being quiet and I was just working. Like,
so what happened with the money?
My floor told like,
so everyone that needed care of?
Yeah, my floor told like Pencil and our manager that what happened and how she just walked away. We're gonna leave it on the table, see if she comes back. So if whatever reason she came back, like we could pull it out again. But it was just so random to me.
Weird.
I was like, well, that's what you get. That's what you get for being rude. And then my other one was I had this like little family come up. This dad or uncle, he was like, it's his 21st birthday. And what I always say to that is I always go, oh my gosh, now you can move to Vegas and be a professional gambler.
You say that.
I'm like, happy birthday. Yeah. Especially when they're with their family because their family's like, no. So he buys in like $20 and he's just hitting. Is he hitting now? No. He's hitting because he's playing with me.
Okay.
He's hitting because he's playing with me. And he's doing well. And so we have gray chips and blue chips, and they're very close in color. And a lot of times men get them confused because, you know, men are colorblind. So a lot of times they get them confused. So he has the gray chips. His uncle, who's like waving the table for me, who's like changing his $140 going out. He's doing all that stuff. He's like, are those brown chips? And I was like, no, they're gray because to me they're gray.
Gray.
But I also didn't want him to get confused because I had other people playing.
Okay.
So I was like, no, they're gray because, I know that they get confused with another color at our table. And he goes, oh, do you have brown chips? And I was like, no, because another chick is playing pink. He's playing gray, and he goes, do you have brown chips? And I said, no. He goes, oh, if you had brown chips, I would definitely play brown because, like, one in the pink and or two in the pink and one in the poo.
I knew
and
that was coming.
And points at the girl playing pink chips. And I just
No.
I just didn't even say anything at that point. I was just like, because he was
leaving.
Yeah, he was just being obnoxious anyway. And when you're like, like you do the fake laughing, smiling, like so funny. And then he said that, and I was like, I can't even. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
just such a 12-year-old boy thing to say. And I was like, he's got gray chips. You're asking about brown chips. Like, it was like he just really wanted to make that joke.
He wanted to, he was holding it in.
He was trying so hard to get there.
He had it there, yeah.
Because he was like, oh, these are brown chips. She's got pink chips. I was like, those aren't brown. Those are gray.
Oh, my God.
He was like, what color are these? I was like, gray. And then he was like, well, if you had brown chips, because two in the pink, one in the poo. And I was like, okay.
God.
I was like, I should have been like, that's a knee slapper.
That's a good one.
You know what? Someone on the girls said
You made
something.
it funny.
One of the girls the other day was telling me a story, and it was like clearly it wasn't funny, but the guy wanted it to be funny. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna start saying to people is I'm gonna start being like, ha, never heard that one before. That's a good one. Just to be like,
people are gonna leave your table. You're always gonna have a dead table.
Bro, if you're gonna make whack jokes, then that's kind of where it goes. Oh, I did have someone random. He was like giving me chips to place on roulette. Sorry, I'm so tired. My brain is not functioning.
Me
like
too.
my wheels are grinding so slow.
And I'm telling myself like, don't fall asleep. Pay attention.
Yeah,
I'm trying so hard right now.
I
think I need coffee.
I'm trying to tell this story and I just can't. He's like sliding me chips, so he's like number 2, number 6. He's like number 11. He's like your number. Like my phone number. He was like, your phone number. And I look at him and he's like, just kidding, I'm married. He didn't have a ring on, but I think he just was trying to save the embarrassment.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's a good one. I haven't heard that one before. He was like, oh,
That's a good
really?
one.
I was like, no, that one was kind of clever. I'll give that one to
I
you.
like that one.
He was like, oh, okay. Like, got all excited.
But genuinely, you're like, hey.
I was like, wait.
Good.
I was like, that was a good one. That one caught me off guard a little bit. I haven't heard that one before.
That was good, sir. Oh, I love that. Okay, do you want to hear something hilarious?
Always.
Hilarious. You know the parking garage I park in.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, like, when you're exiting the garage part, it's just one big ramp that comes down, and then it's into another parking lot. Parking everywhere. I'm coming down the ramp. I look over because I see commotion in this car down here. As I'm going down the ramp, getting closer to the car, I see a guy on the back of his car, the trunk, and he's closing the trunk, and I see a body in the trunk.
Is everybody too drunk and they just couldn't get everybody home? So they just threw him in the trunk. They couldn't get everyone in the car.
I'm on the phone.
I've been there before.
I'm on the phone with someone. I'm like, I just saw someone in trunk. I just saw someone in a trunk. I was like, what do I do? But I'm obviously assessing the situation. I'm not going to freak out and call the cops. So I'm assessing the situation. I'm driving. I'm just watching. And yeah, there's so many people in that car.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like that's something we used to do in Missouri a lot in high school. Like we used to, like, not even like the hatchbacks where it's open into the rest of the car.
Trunk.
No,
yeah.
I was going to say full trunk where I would have like 2 guy friends that would go back there and spoon.
Who?
They'll be like, we'll sit in the trunk. And they'll go back there and spoon together. And we'll get somewhere.
Now? Together.
Probably
Spooning.
somewhere. But I was, the second you said that, I knew exactly what was
happening.
on.
I
Maybe
was
that's
just
a
like,
maybe they were from Missouri.
I was like, what did I just witness? But yeah, no, there was like, it was a regular like sedan, and there was way too many people in that car. way too many people in the car. Hopefully they're safe. Hopefully they made it home safe. Hopefully the guy in the trunk is okay. I would get so motion sick.
That, I don't think I would ever do that out here. Not that I wouldn't, but for that reason specifically, I would be scared that like surveillance or security would come.
Oh yeah,
and they'd be
I
like,
didn't even think
"What
about
are
that.
you doing?"
Oh, I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. Can you imagine surveillance being like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
The
like
cops
running
show
your
up?
license plate. They're making reports.
The cops
But
show
they
up
pro-
and
they're probably not thinking
swarm
about
your
that.
car.
Right.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, I remember one day I was at Aria and I was hanging out with a friend and we went to the club and then afterwards we were just sitting in the car and we were talking and all of a sudden like bike security was knocking on our windows. And we were like, "What the fuck?" So we like rolled down our windows. They're like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, we just left the club. We're just hanging out."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you guys can't do that. You can't hang out. You can't like hang out in the car." He's like, "If you guys want to come back inside, you can, but you can't be sitting in the parking lot like this." And I was like, "Whoa,
Why?
okay." Well, I know they stop people from like having sex in the cars. This was a few years ago, so they probably didn't want people like smoking
Oh.
in the cars or like
Yeah.
doing drugs and then going back inside. But they came within 10 minutes. Like we were not
They
sitting
were
there
on
very
it.
long, and all of a sudden I had a guy knocking on my door, and I looked over and there was another guy on her side, just
I'd be
standing
like,
there.
we're in trouble. What
It
did
was
we
kind of
do?
creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would. That's one of the reasons I would never put someone on the trunk. I'd be like, let's just drive down the street for a second, and then we can
And then get in the trunk.
rearrange.
Rearrange.
Ugh.
Okay. 'Cause, I mean, we have so many what the fucks, but obviously
I
we want to give them
know.
all away at once.
For
So,
real.
are we done with today's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the season finale. Season 1 finale. 10 episodes. Sad, but season 2 is going to be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured in this episode, since we're wrapping up the season, that we will then turn it over to the audience and have you guys ask us questions. So we reached out, some people reached out to us and submitted some questions, some hot questions they want to know about our job and us personally. And we're going to answer them. A little
Yes.
Q&A.
Woohoo! So we have these whiteboards and markers. Our friend over here is going to ask
Oh, wait.
questions.
Yeah, let's introduce. We have
Yeah.
a proctor.
Yay, Proctor. We can unmute her now.
Hello.
Everyone say hi to Bree.
Yay. So Bree's going to ask the questions. We're going to write them down, and then we're going to show at the same time.
Some of the questions, some of them we won't need these, I don't think. Unless you want to write your whole life story on one of them. I moved to Vegas.
Right.
and-
Right. No, exactly.
So yeah, we have somebody asking questions. Unfortunately, she's not a party pit dealer, but she used to be a dealer. So maybe we'll get her on the show to tell us some stories.
Oh, I got some juicy ones.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Do I know them? Probably. not,
Probably.
right? Oh, I do.
You have a really nice
Probably.
voice. Why do I feel like you have like a perfect Proctor voice?
Do I?
Yeah. Don't you
I
think?
don't know.
I've gotten Sandra Bullock
Your voice.
before, which is
Okay.
kind of weird because I don't hear it. You know when you hear, yeah. I don't
I
know.
kind of hear
Listening
that.
Here, yes.
Some like when I used to deal, people would tell me that.
I hear it. There's just something like kind of nice sing-songy
Sandra in the building.
about it. I don't know. It's kind of nice. Okay.
Mics to your faces.
All right.
Question 1.
What is your biggest work ick?
I have so many of these.
I don't have a big enough whiteboard.
I'm going to just write
the
my
biggest
2.
one? I wonder what yours is going to be.
I'm actually going to write 2.
Oh, my handwriting is atrocious.
Okay, I got it.
I don't know if this is... Okay, ready?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit.
Are
I
they
can't
gonna
read
be-
yours.
Are they
When-
going to be able to read it? Okay, so my first one is when men tell me to smile.
Oh.
When they
Yeah.
walk by and they're like, you should smile. Or like, why aren't you smiling?
That is the worst. I used to get it all the time.
I hate it.
Like, I'm
Especially
like, why
if
aren't you smiling?
Yeah, if you have RBF,
Yeah, I know.
all day they will say that.
I don't think
Tori
I
tells
do.
players that I have
That's like
RBF.
my favorite thing to say when I walk past girls and guys are like looking and they're like, I don't know if I should play or not. I'm like, she has the craziest resting bitch face, but I promise she's so nice. And then I'll walk away.
And then I take all their money. I'm like, she's a liar. Tell her she's a liar.
And then I'm on the box and I'm like, Krystal, you're fired.
Oh, what was the second one?
Women who walk through the casino without shoes.
Yeah. Hate it. So mine is when people ask me, do you like your job? I wouldn't be here if I didn't like my job. I mean, I don't know about other people, but that's me personally.
That's a reasonable question.
And people who say, add a girl. Add a girl.
Ooh.
I hate it.
I also hate when guys, like men are like, come on, baby.
Ugh.
There's
Yeah, any of that kind of talk.
There's something like,
Icky.
yeah, you know what I started to say back to men when they're like, you should smile, or why aren't you smiling? I just go, smiling causes wrinkles. And then they like look at me because they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
What's your biggest casino ick?
Wait, what's the difference?
I know, dang, well, I would have saved the women
shoes,
walking
yeah.
through the casino barefoot for this question. But let me see if I can think of one. What's the biggest casino ick?
Or just what grosses you out about a casino?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm just, okay. I saw yours. When we flip these, are they going to be able to read them?
I don't know.
The floor or the person?
No, the floor. I just put floor, but I'll put the...
Same.
Yeah, the floor.
Everything is dirty.
Yes, everything's dirty, but like the floor. Like when I see people like sitting on the floor, or like the women who walk through anytime a woman walks through the casino holding her heels and she's barefoot, her feet are always black. And it's disgusting.
Think about that. You're walking on carpet and your feet are getting dirty.
Black. So yeah, to me, just because the floor, I see people, like we've talked about people peeing on the floor.
Spitting,
like toenails on the
peeing,
floor.
Toenails.
People ash their cigarettes all the time
All
on the
the
floor. Like I just could not fathom even wearing like flip flops through a casino.
Right. You just feel icky.
I just think it's dirty.
Oh, it was really funny. I thought some guy didn't have shoes on at the craps table.
Mm-hmm.
And he was standing like flamingo stance. So he was like leaning, but he had one foot like up on his, resting on his knee, and there was no shoe, obviously. So I'm looking at him like, does he have shoes on?
Yeah.
Chilling at craps with no shoes in the flamingo pose.
Right.
All right, you ready for some math?
Oh, yikes. Okay, go.
Wait, we don't deal the same games.
I'm not prepared. That doesn't matter.
What's the rarest 21 combination you've seen?
The rarest one? I get this all the time. It's not rare for me. Ready?
Yeah.
Jackpot.
777?
No, I don't give it out. I give it to myself. That's why I said I see it all the time.
That's some bullshit. If I was at your table and I saw continuous 777,
Oh, it's fun.
I would look
Or,
at you and I'd be like, what the hell?
for people who don't know, this one's another one that's fun.
The
678.
straight.
So if you ever hear your dealers going 678, 678, that's why. Some people
Yeah.
don't know the math that fast.
Or people will be like, straight.
Oh, I do that all the time. I go, you should sit at that table. 3 card.
Oh my gosh, you give yourself so. I would never.
Last night I gave myself a 7 or 8 card 21. All baby cards. And it started out with 3 aces.
I remember one time it was the very end of the shoe, and I pulled like 6 aces out, and my table was like, what the heck? And I was like, yikes, this is where all the aces were. We just, unfortunately, I'm getting all of them at the
Got
very
all the
last shoe. Oh my God, last hand.
Last shoe, last deal. Everything but the hand.
Clearly no functioning happening. Okay.
All right. What does being tapped out mean?
Tapped out means you're getting off your game and you're being someone. The reason why they say it is because someone's supposed to tap you on your left shoulder, and that's you being tapped out. That means your breaker's here. They're going to tap you. You leave. They come in.
Yeah. So you're at the table. Someone comes up to take your place at the table. Standard is they tap you on the left shoulder. You leave on the right. They come in on the left. And so you're being tapped out. So we also talk about it because for our casino, when we dance on the box, like we'll be like, go tap the girl off the box. It's just like a general term for taking someone else's place.
Right.
Or someone taking your place.
But I guess that is casino lingo.
Yeah, definitely casino.
There we go.
I'm just not gonna.
We're not going to talk
No,
anymore. We're just
I
going to
know.
write.
God. Okay, go ahead. Next one.
All right, this one, I'm not too sure what this means, but what's a joke you have to laugh at every single day?
I have a solid one. Like, what's a lame joke that
Oh, that
have
you
to
always hear.
pretend to laugh at? That everybody makes the same joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like-
I know I have one. Hold on, I gotta think like I'm on the game. I can't think of anything.
Buzz. Wink, wink. Mine says turn that 9 upside down.
Oh.
You know, when they have 15 and they hit a 9 and they're like, oh, just turn it upside down. And I'm like, ha!
It's upside down.
I'm like, I know, right? Or, you know, when people get blackjack and then they're like, oh, wait, I meant to bet this amount. They
We
push
put
out
it
all
all
their
in.
stacks.
Yeah. We're just like,
I'm just like,
yeah, you should.
because you hear it 1,000 times a day. And at some point, you just can't.
I get the bust all the time. Bust. But they're looking at me and I'm like,
Knee slapper. That was a good one, sir.
come on, Krystal, bust. And I'm like, oh,
I don't think there's any really like jokes on roulette.
no, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of like, what could they say? I mean, besides them just saying stuff to you, but like
Right.
for the actual game,
Yeah, the game itself, I don't think there's like any cheesy.
I'm sure there is. Like when you hit 0 or 000 or.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do other casinos let each other know how the tables are going?
Yeah.
This is
I-
my only casino. But on the extent that we let, I think this might be a roulette thing for our casino.
What do you mean?
So when the girls, like when you get tapped off a table in roulette, it's a whole rundown. Like it's like you can kill blue.
Oh,
Pink-
okay.
Pink is a
that,
great
okay.
tipper if you hit his numbers. Like gray will be okay if he's up a lot. So you have to hit his big bets, not just a bet.
I mean,
Um,
I do that. We do
or-
it a lot on.
Or we have like a
Blackjack.
code word for they're not tipping at all. So we'll come on the table and she'll be like, bye guys, have a great night, good luck. And then they'll turn around and be like, code word.
Code word. This is the only time I think you can say this anywhere is I tell the girls all the time, just kill him.
I do that on roulette, especially when it's been one person all night. I'll be like, you can take all their money and I'll walk away.
But else I always say, I'm like, just kill him. Kill him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where else can you say kill somebody? And it not mean actual murder.
Right. We also have, I don't know if you know this, but we used to have because we do a lot of like sign language. I call it our dealer sign language. Because when we're dancing on the box, like, well, like, I'll be like, that means, are you guys making money?
Making money signs with your
Yeah.
fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Or I'll ask if there's Red Bull. So I'll be like,
Making a bowl on your
come
forehead.
like I like pretend to crack a can. I'll be like
Yeah.
this, and then I'll go like this, and the girls in the back will tell me yes or no.
The money one we do a
Um,
lot. The money, like if
yeah,
we
the money
see
one, like,
a
we're
play,
like-
we're always like doing the money. Like, is there money? Is
Yeah.
there money? Is he dropping? Dropping, tapping.
Or
your-
I'll have girls be like, because for EO we spin the roulette ball, so they'll be like,
Oh yeah, the spin,
and
and,
I'm
then
like,
you do
no,
the circle with
I
your
don't know what the
hand.
number is. But that was something I was wondering because we're very communicative with each other in our casino. But I was wondering if other casinos are, because when I come in and I tap out the black and whites, they don't tell me stuff like that.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
But like when the black and whites tap me out, if I have a table going, I'll let them know.
Me too.
I'll be like, pink is super nice.
yeah. I do the
or
same thing. I'm
something,
like,
you know.
oh, this person tips good. Like,
Yeah.
Or I'll say
let them
like,
know.
I'll tell them like, good luck. Like you get
Right.
money. I'll say something.
I mean, on roulette, you kind of give them the rundown because you're like, oh, this person's playing 25s, this person's playing 5s, this person is playing outside. Like, that's what
Yeah.
this goes. So you kind of know what's going on at the table. It's not as, like, straightforward as blackjack. But that was something I was wondering about other casinos is if they kind of...
Well, Bree, do we do that?
No. Okay, yeah. I
so
was wondering.
dealer to dealer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends if you're cool with the other dealer.
But
Mhm.
where we worked was keep your own.
Oh.
It's all,
Very
yeah.
different dynamic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is different.
And the dealers know by just looking at them if they're good tippers
Yeah.
because they're all regulars. So
Right, okay.
it's a little different.
I guess we should say me and Bree used to work with each other. We used to work together back in
I
California.
know. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah.
Next one.
All right. What is your favorite part about the job?
I'm going to be very honest on this one. I'll expand.
Besides getting paid.
I know,
Oh,
right?
I already put it down. I can't change it now.
Okay. Yep. Money.
Easy and fun.
Easy and fun.
Which goes along with that. That
Yeah.
would be my expansion, is that for what we do, it's fun, it's easy, and we make good money.
Yeah. I think when I first started, I liked it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking like, oh, this is the fucking job to have. It's fucking easy. The money is good. It's fun, but I'm also very social. Like, I like to talk to people. I like to like learn things about people. And then we dance, which I like dancing. I used to like it more because now it's I used to like it a lot more, and I used to think that this was a job because you get a break every hour, 20 minutes. The money's good, the job's easy, and it was fun. Now it's a little different because we have different sets of rules than we did when I first started working there. But I used to think that this was like this is the job to have.
It is, and I think you just have to remind yourself of that, and because it is like you said, it's a very social job, and that wears on
It
anyone.
does. It can be tiring
on anyone, yeah. And the politics and all that stuff of any workplace can get to anyone, but when you like take a step back, like you just said, fun, easy money. So if you kind of like just every once in a while like zen out, and you're like, I remember why I like this job.
That's a good point. Okay, next one.
What is the worst part about the job?
This is my I want to keep my job answer. This is not my real answer.
Should I change?
No, I'm sure it's fine. Let me
Ready?
peek.
No.
Okay, fine. Ready? Go.
What'd you write?
People. Hilarious. I wrote our boots.
Oh, yeah, I hate those shoes.
Because if I could wear my own shoes, I would do this job with a lot less complaining. I'm not going to lie.
So much less complaining. If I could just have a nice pair of shoes.
We wear like these go-go boots, which are trash because go-go boots are costume shoes. They're not meant to be worn 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
They're not meant for it.
A Halloween, like a Halloween
night
party
out,
that
like,
you don't even wear them all
costume.
night.
No.
Eventually you'll take them off because they're
Yes.
so uncomfortable and they hurt.
Yeah, and we wear those for 40 hours a week. Well, Krystal. Well,
give or take 5 to 40.
Yeah. 5 hours, 40 hours a week. But I've been there for almost 3 years now. February will be 3 years for me. And there has not been a single day that my feet do not hurt at the end of the night.
Your feet ache. They
Like,
just ache.
And because of the boxes we dance on and the way I dance, I'm literally buying a new pair of boots like every 3 or 4 months because it wears the bottoms of them down and the soles literally fall off the shoes because they're costume shoes. They're not meant to be worn.
Yes.
But they wear them to have that like boot aesthetic. But I'm like, we could wear all black shoes with black socks that give the same look.
That's what we did at Rio.
And I wish that we could wear.
Rio gave us the pull-on to give you the effect of it. We had high ones, yeah. So we could wear just solid black. That's all they said. We could wear sneakers, and we just had to put the thing over it.
Yeah.
Because you're not, well, we didn't dance at Rio, but you're just getting like the look from behind pretty much, right?
Yeah.
When you're at the table there, if you're not dancing, but it worked. All the girls looked really good. They looked so cute. But anyways, yeah. The boots suck.
And then I wrote sharing money because there are definitely days that I look at the person next to me and I'm like,
you're not even trying.
I was like, you're not trying, you're not smiling, like
you're here.
And it's not even like, oh, you're having a bad day, like that regularly happens.
No, yeah. Totally feel that.
You know, the house dealers. Except you're like,
I try.
I guess they're not a house. I wouldn't consider. Yeah.
No, I'm there for the girls. I'm there for my team. It's just not my fault.
No, exactly.
I keep doing like 777.
You know, when you share money, there's always going to be people that do not give a fuck because they know they're making a check anyway.
Yeah.
They don't try.
For me, it's just, people.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
People in general.
Co-workers, managers, guests.
All of the above. Yeah. The only time the beings in the building don't bother me is when I see a dog. I'm like, dog.
And we are a dog-friendly casino, so they do kind of wander through.
I remember it was a little while ago. I was still kind of new, and there's a dog, and he was just laying on the floor, and I got off the table, and I was like, I'm going to go pet that dog. And the reason why I just, like, had to think about it is because our one manager was there, and so I went over there. I went on the floor, and I'm like, well, first I asked the owner. I was like, can I pet the dog? And he's like, yeah. The dog was laying on the floor. I had to go down. So I went down and I'm just like petting him, and I look up to the girls because I was like, I'm petting that dog.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm looking, and the manager's looking at me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
It's fine.
I didn't get in trouble.
We used to
I
have a
was
regular
fine.
that would bring his dog, and he brought him in a little carrying case. I'm trying to remember the dog's name, but all the girls like knew the dog, and the cocktail servers would see him and bring out like a shot glass of water for the dog, and the dog would sit in the chair next to him, and he would just unzip the bag, and she would just like sit in there and look, and so all the girls would be like, ah, hi, da da da. I can't remember what the dog's name was. But like all the girls knew him. All the girls would come over and say hi. Like,
I love that.
yeah.
He needs to come back. Bring
Yeah.
some joy into our life.
I know, for real. Okay.
Why is Vegas so dirty?
If you think about it, like Vegas has tourism from all over the world.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to come to Vegas once in their life. So we have people from all over the world. This is why we have terrible drivers here too, because we have different driving styles from all over the world. Vegas drivers are a lot. When I first moved here, it was like survival of the fittest.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I had friends come out, and I told them before we were in the car, I was like, listen, I was like, don't be scared, but it's drive to survive out here. So excuse me if I'm being a little crazy. But yeah, we have people that come from all over the world, that bring different germs. They have different sanitary practices. They, and then it's just nonstop people touching the same thing. And we talked about Vegas has really phenomenal cleaning standards and health standards.
Yeah.
It's very strict out here for that reason. But just, we just have masses of people that come from everywhere, and they're all touching the same games. They're all touching the same chips, It's just they're all touching the same elevator buttons and the same.
We have, just a handful of cleaning people just trying to keep up with hundreds.
Right. And then you're thinking like, okay, party Vegas drunk. Then you have the people peeing on the floor because they're drunk as hell, the people throwing up, the people walking through the casino barefoot, glasses get dropped at the bar all the time, glass breaks, then people are walking through barefoot. It's just like a thing. I don't know.
Constant. It never ends.
Then the smoking and stuff.
And the smoking. Oh,
Yeah.
It never ends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a constant
It
flow
is
of
what it
people
is.
and germs. Yeah.
It's just dirty.
How do you ask for comps at a casino?
You gotta have money first.
And what is a comp? Because some
Okay,
people may
yeah.
not know.
We'll explain what a
Okay,
comp is.
Just a very basic explanation of it is when you come to Vegas and you have a host and you spend a certain amount of money, they comp things for you because they want you to come back and keep spending that money. So you'll get dinners comped, drinks comped, rooms comped. So it's, what is it comp short for? Compensation? Comp.
What
There's
is
a
it?
longer
What's
word for it.
It's something like that.
Is it compensation?
It has
Yeah.
to be, right?
I think it's compensation. But that's what it is. So when you come into Vegas.
Complimentary.
Oh,
my
duh.
gosh.
I was going to say completely free.
Smart. We're smart.
That's why I was like, it's
Oh
not
my
compensation, but I was like, it's something
But I mean,
complimentary. Oh my goodness.
Complimentary. There you go. Hello. It's a complimentary.
It's a complimentary thing, yeah. So they'll comp everything. So there's been a couple times that I've had players at my table, and they're like, oh, I want an expensive tequila. I want 1942. They don't give 1942 to people who are just sitting at the table gambling. So then the cocktail server is like, oh, well, do you have a player's card? Takes their player's card, calls their host. Their host comps them the 1942 drink because they come into the casino and they spend a certain amount of money. Clubs do comps. They'll always have a girl comp table to bring females in. So like promoters, hosts, like people who just have like girls that want to come in and party, they'll get them in the door for free. They put them at a free table, and then they'll usually give them like 1 or 2 bottles for free.
So it's a complimentary
service
of some sort, or money. Even if you're just a slot player, if you don't play table games, they'll even send you $5 in free play, and that's a comp technically, so that you can go back to that casino and hopefully play more. That's the whole point of a comp, is to get you back in the building.
Right, to get you back in the building, to like have a little bit of customer service, and then to like make sure that you're coming back because you spend like a certain type of money in the casino.
It's anywhere from money to free rooms. Like it ranges.
Dinners.
It depends on how much you spend, how long you play.
There was a night that I was at Mirage, and it was when One Oak was still around. sad day when One Oak closed. And I was at One Oak, and my friend was DJing, and I was just kind of like standing in the back because I got there too late, and the main artist was already on, so they really weren't letting people walk back and forth. And this guy was like, "Oh, like, do you want to come to my table?" And I was like, "Sure." So I was in his table. And I was like just talking to him. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not really into this, but my buddy wanted to come." And my host was like, "Oh, just go like and put it on your room. I'll comp it." And I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, but he was like, "Yeah, so this is gonna get comped." And I like looked at him because I was like, "You're getting a whole like club Friday night bottles
How
comped."
much he plays.
So I was
That's
like,
a
"You
lot
must
of
be
money.
yeah." I was like, "You must play a decent amount at least."
Yeah.
Oh, also like when big events are happening in Vegas, the casino will buy tickets to that event and offer them to their biggest players. So we have F1 coming up. So our casino bought like a section of F1 and then offered tickets to their biggest players that come in.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, do you like if you want to come?" Because again, like even though those are thousands of dollars, they're hoping that player will come. Of course, they're traveling to Vegas, so where they're going to stay? They're going to stay at the casino. And while they're there, what are they probably going to do? They're probably going to gamble.
What's your favorite game to deal?
Wow.
Oh, same. Poker. Mine's only 3 card though. I
Okay,
thought
okay.
I was gonna put UTH.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em is my favorite. Definitely my favorite game to deal. I just like the type of players that come and play that game.
Yeah, me too.
They're just they're very chill.
Yeah.
Like in blackjack, like people get mad at other people. Roulette, like if it's like can be a superstitious thing.
Mhm.
Baccarat superstitious thing, but like Texas Hold'em, like people they come down, they play. Like usually those people know like buy in a lot because they know it can go fast. And they're just super chill. Like
Same vibe
I like
on 3 card.
the type of people that play that game. Plus you're just playing against the dealer, and there's not a whole lot that can be done to affect the game. It really is just kind of like what you get and how you play it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was gonna put UTH for that because it's a little bit more expanded than 3 card, but
3 card.
it's the same reason I like 3 card players. They're going, they're sitting down, they're buying it a lot because they know it can go fast. But what I always tell them, like when it hits, it hits. Like when you win on 3 card, you win.
Right. Same with Texas Hold'em. But I feel like Texas Hold'em like really is a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Like you can be up a ton and then in 2 hands you're down.
Especially
Like you're on your
3 or
last
4 times.
Yeah, you're on your last hands.
Like this one lady, she did that. She was like, "All right, this is my last hand. I'm going blind, straight flush on the 6 card. It was 200 to 1."
Yes.
Yeah. And I was just like, shit.
I love that. I love when people go blind their last round. They're like, "All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. I might as well go blind." Okay.
Do you gamble? If so, what is your favorite game to play?
I do not. Not anymore. I haven't in years and years and years.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I used to go gamble with one of my friends. We always just played blackjack. But isn't there like a dealer's curse or something where you never make money? I heard that because I was like, I've just always had bad luck.
I remember the last time I played. That's how long ago it was, and I don't remember.
I feel like
That's
growing up, I've
true.
just always had bad luck.
Oh.
Like I
you
just
play-
was never
yeah.
lucky, just anything. So I like go and I play and I have a blast, but I never win money. But usually blackjack. If I play roulette, I only do it socially, like if everyone else wants to play.
Yeah.
But I don't like playing roulette.
It's too slow for me.
It's slow, and I'm also like, I don't know what type of mood my dealer is in.
True. Yeah.
Especially if I'm on the strip and you've been dealing roulette every day for the last 30 years. You don't think you can hit every single number but the number that's marked on the table?
I was just gonna say you're not winning.
No.
With those dealers, you're not winning.
No.
But I mean, when I did, it was blackjack.
Yeah, blackjack.
What about you, Brie? What game do
I
you always play?
UTH, Baccarat, double hand.
Like we used to play Baccarat a lot back home.
Oh, yeah. Not anymore. I don't play Baccarat anymore. But I think UTH is the most fun for like a bonus game.
Yeah.
And then double hand. But out here, it's all face up.
It is.
So it's kind of
fun, right? I was telling Tori, I was like, I told you I was practicing opening all 7 hands. Just
yeah.
It's so much fun when it's like that.
Yeah. Well, and you don't know what to expect, right? But like here you have to set it and all that. I don't know. It's a lot different. I like slots though.
Oh my
High limit slots
God.
only. High limit slots only though.
Okay, what's the next question?
All right. What's the number one pickup line that you've gotten? Or actually do the best
Fuck.
Oh, the best one?
that you would actually be like, okay, I'll give you a shot.
Okay, so can we do two? I'm gonna do the best one that I was like, that actually caught me off.
What's up with your marker?
That actually,
Do you need me?
Purple one.
that actually, I don't know if it'll.
That's hard. That one's really easy. That one just slides right off.
I'm mad.
This is really hard.
No, that was.
It's like the
wait,
battery thing.
I was like the battery thing, and now the cap.
Struggle.
Okay, so I'm gonna do two. The first one I'm gonna do is one that actually caught me off guard. That I was like, oh, I'll give that one to you, and then I'm gonna do one. It's not really a pickup line, but it's an excuse for men to like come talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you do
I'm
this?
thinking.
Okay. I'm gonna just because this one's too long. Just say it.
You
I don't wanna
say
write
it.
it
I'm
down.
thinking. I'm trying to think of. I just think they're all so stupid.
Right.
They're
So
all just so stupid.
there's like a group. There's like a dad and a son, and his son brings like his best friend every time, and like maybe their cousin, and they come all the time, and they're super sweet. They play 3-card.
I know exactly who you're talking about. We have a nickname for each other. The
Aw,
son, yeah.
I love them. They're super sweet. He actually invited me to his birthday, and I was like, oh yeah. So I was like, when you come in town, just like let me know, because it was at our pool. I was like, let me know, and then I'll do it. And I saw them the day before, and he didn't fucking let me know. And then the next day, they were like plastered at like 7:00 because they went to the pool, and I was like, you motherfucker, I would have came. I would have came and celebrated your birthday. Anyway, so they were like talking to me at my table. I was standing at that table, and he goes, one of his like friends is like, hey, that guy over there. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, he thinks you're really cute. So I like look, and he runs over and like waves at me.
I'll
And
give
I
him that.
laughed. I
I'll
laughed
give him
so
that.
hard.
That's sweet.
And then
I
his
like
and then his friend was like, he's been doing that all fucking night. His name is Hal. And I was like, no, that's actually really cute. Because I didn't. I wasn't
like that.
expecting it. It was really cute. So there's that one.
I'll give him that one. You have any more? Because I can't think of.
The-
I think
so
they're
the-
all dumb. I'm
The
sorry.
only one that like I can think of that really happens almost nightly, and it's not really a pickup line, it's just more an excuse for them to come say something to me, is wow, you look bored.
Oh, every night, yeah.
Every night someone's like, you look bored, and I'm like, just because I'm at a dead game or
Yeah.
something, and they're like, why isn't nobody playing with you? And I'm like, did you not just see the people leave literally 30 seconds ago? But anyway, not that. And then I'll be like, oh, I am, sit down, play with me.
Yeah.
And they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't gamble, but you're beautiful.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then they just stand there, and I'm like, thank you.
And then they just stand there. And then you guys
So
are just looking
awkward.
at each other. And then they'll look at the TV behind you, and then you're just like awkwardly half smiling, like,
Right. I'm like,
What
have a
do
good
I
night. Good
do?
luck.
Yeah.
That's what I started to do. Like, I'll say thank you and then immediately follow it up. Well, good luck. Have a good night. So that way it's like, I can't walk away.
It's like,
But
bye.
that's like the end for you to keep walking, because I know you can't say anything back, you know? Because if you could actually have banter with me and say anything back, you wouldn't have started with that.
right, yeah.
Oh, you look bored. Like, you should have just been like, hey, you're beautiful, and just walked away. I'd have been
right.
like, wow,
that would have
thanks.
been way stronger.
100
way
oh,
stronger,
way
yeah.
stronger.
I think the worst is whistling. It's not a pickup line, but to me it is. Like they're trying.
I don't think I've ever been
I don't think I've ever been whistled
I
at.
haven't been whistled at in the casino,
casino,
at
yeah.
at my job. But like walking to my car a few times,
Oh, yeah.
somebody's like whistle or be like, hey,
Ooh.
and I'm just like,
I'm surprised you guys haven't while dancing.
no.
Maybe.
You probably don't hear it.
I was like, maybe
It's
we don't
so
hear it because it's
loud, yeah.
loud.
It is,
can
yeah.
be really loud.
Whistling. I don't think I've ever had anybody whistle at me. Well, now that we're gonna get whistled at.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're
I
gonna
was
start
like,
noticing
now
it.
it's- Yeah, I was like, no, I'm gonna start hearing it.
Well, to that, who is the biggest celebrity that you've dealt to, or most famous?
I've said it. One of the first episodes.
like,
Not celebrity, but he was an
probably
NFL
this
player.
guy.
Or NFL players.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up his name because I don't want to say it wrong. Actually, probably this guy that I just played with yesterday. I've definitely dealt to some Raiders players.
Hmm.
Last season, one of the guys on the team is somebody I went to college with, so he would come. He played with me a couple of times. I'm definitely going to say his name wrong, but definitely this guy. It was Rolando Romero. He's the 140 WBA world champion. That's who I was playing with on Sunday. He's probably the most famous person. Jason Terry, I believe, is a retired NBA player.
So we
I played with
mainly deal
him.
to
So athletes.
celebrities, but I mean,
No, I think
athletes-
because our casino is very sports based.
Mm-hmm.
And someone asked me one time, they were like, "Do you get a lot of celebrities in here?" And I was like, "Not really celebrities, but like athletes. We get a lot of professional athletes in here. Maybe hold on, let me look up."
I mean, I can tell you my really good friends that deal on the strip have dealt to very big celebrities.
Are we on a new one now?
Yeah, new
Okay.
question.
What are you most excited about that is happening in Vegas or coming to Vegas?
F1. I didn't even have to. I love F1. My daughter's named after an F1 race car driver. Yeah, she is.
Is she really?
Yeah.
That's super cute. You know what? My husband was like, we started watching the Netflix documentary, Formula One, Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive.
Because he was like, if it's gonna be in Vegas the next couple of years, we should get into it. And honestly, it's so fucking
Good, right?
It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, the locals have been very upset with F1, but I am excited that it's
No, I'm
here.
excited, and I think it's gonna bring a great. I think it's gonna be great for Vegas over the next
I
few
think
years.
so too.
I think it's adding something to Vegas that we haven't had before. That it's always good to mix it up here because once you've been here 2-3 times, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
think it's great that I'm excited for F1. I'm also really excited for Fountain Blue.
Fountain.
It looks beautiful.
I just think Fountain Blue came in and said, we're taking over Vegas. And that's pretty much what they've done. Even though they haven't opened yet, like just from the hiring events and like all the promos that they have. And they're bringing Liv out here, which I think Liv is going to dominate. I think some of the smaller clubs that are not struggling, but like this clubs that are a little bit smaller, like Light closed after COVID.
Oh yeah. After
Like I
COVID,
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised if like maybe 1 or 2 other clubs like shut down once Liv comes. I think Liv is gonna come out here, and I think Liv is gonna take over. But yeah, Fountain Blue, it looks beautiful from the photos that I've seen. I don't know. I'm just really excited for it. I think it's gonna be like the next win.
I hope so.
I think I'm just excited for
I
Fountain Blue
hope
to be
so.
here.
It's gonna be gorgeous from what
Mhm.
we've seen. But yeah, so me F1, you Fountain Blue, and F1, like both. Yeah, those are I'm looking forward to F1.
Yeah.
so
The
much.
Sphere just opened. I don't know if me personally was looking as forward to it. It looks cool, but I don't know if
It
that's
looks
just my scene.
cool, but am I gonna go?
Maybe
Most likely
once.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're planning to do UFC fights in it. Did you
That's
see
gonna be
that?
Crazy.
But it's not like seating is not like
It's not an
360.
I don't know, but I think the screen is.
The screen is, yeah, but
So I don't-
it's not, so maybe
I read something about a fight happening there.
that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
That would be
Or maybe
really
we'll go to that
interesting
one.
to see. Okay.
All right. What's tokes?
Tokes. It's
It's-
funny. I'm trying to think of other like
I-
what you would think of when you think when someone says toke.
So when I first started, because I was new to casino world, I was like, the hell? I just didn't understand why it was called tokes. I was like, why don't you just call them tips?
Tips, yeah.
But for
Okay,
whatever
so-
reason, the casino calls them tokes.
We
So
shouldn't even say what it is.
no, I know.
What's a
So
toke?
tokes are tips for dealers. We call them tokes, and I don't know why.
Is that a Vegas thing? I
Do you
never
not
heard
call
of it.
them tokes in California.
Tips.
We called them tips.
Yeah, like why? That was something I was confused about because I was like, why are they called tokes? And then everybody's like, oh, you put them in the toke box, and I was like, what?
But
Is
what
it
a
because
toke?
they're chips?
Maybe it's an abbreviation.
I'm looking at it right now. Tokes is short for tokens of appreciation.
Oh.
So it's an
learning
old
today.
school
It's an old.
Vegas casino.
Okay, that's it. We're done.
Okay.
We're done with our question. Thanks for listening, everyone. It was a great season 1. Season 2's coming when it comes. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
It'll come when it comes.
And don't forget.
To tip your cocktail servers, tip your dealers, and whatever you do, don't walk through the pit.
Don't walk through the pit.
Okay.
Yay. Bye.